Alright, so here we are again. It's cold and gloomy. I don't know why I choose cold and gloomy days to record, but it is what it is. I'm gonna do a little bit of Q&A. I remember last Friday I put on the gram, like ask me anything because I want to test out some audio, and I kind of want to test out like this like super minimalistic vlogging setup. So I figured the best way to test it out is just to answer some questions that you may have had. So I mean, we're just gonna fire away, but I'm gonna do it while we're on the one wheel. Those of you wondering how I mic up all my grooms and my brides and all that is I get the Rye Coat stickies and I put a felt cover over it, and then I put that as close as I can without it being seen. So for this case, I'm probably gonna put it inside my shirt. God dang, it's cold. I don't know why I do this to myself. Alright, so we're on the 360 cam with the audio mic'd me up. This is what the audio sounds like straight out of the 360 cam, talking directly to it. And then this is what the audio sounds like when I'm using the DR10L. Obviously the DR10L is going to sound better, but I just kind of want to see how good the audio quality is from the 360 cam. And I'm trying to not get like hypothermia or frostbite out here, bro. Here we go. Oh my God, I'm cold. The best thing that's happened to you this year. Okay. The best thing that's happened to me this year, outside of like staying healthy with the whole COVID pandemic happening and all that, would definitely be, and this is like business-wise for me, I had my first elopement outside of the state. It was in Yosemite. It was a very like, not really last minute, but it was just spontaneous in a way that she reached out to me a month before her actual wedding day, and we made it work. It was very like hectic because of at the time there was all those forest fires in Yosemite or in California, so it was closed down for about a week or two before the actual wedding, and it actually opened up the week before, the Friday before their wedding day, and I just thought that was really cool, super cool experience. Like super grateful to even have the opportunity pop up for me. All right, so this next one is how to film a wedding. So I don't really know what you meant by that, but I guess I'll just take you through how like my style or approach to filming a wedding. And I very much like the whole handheld look. Not like super shaky, but enough to like keep it raw and not super like robotic, because a lot of people, they use gimbals, and there's nothing wrong with using gimbals. I use gimbals too, but I find it very like, there's a very robotic feel to it and not organic and like documentary style of like this natural shake of those films, you know, and I try to emulate that as much as possible in my films. I don't want it to be like, I want it clean, but I don't want it to be like super robotic. Oh, good thing we only have a few. What I've learned being a freelancer in 2020 with COVID-19. So for me, it was learning to capitalize on moments and using time to my advantage. So a lot of people, they looked at 2020 as like the worst year ever. And yes, it is in terms of like businesses closing down and everything, but you gotta look at like the upside, because you gotta always look at the glass half full instead of half empty. You have all this time, people are staying home, and you could either learn something new or capitalize on the extra time you have and grow your brand, grow your business, grow whatever you're doing, whether it's through self-education or just learning how to like remanage your business. And I guess for everyone that does run a business, it gets very hectic, and having time to just sit back and reevaluate what you've done and what you could improve on, I think that was one of the number one things I've learned this year, and I think I'll continue to strive for bettering as years come. How's it going? All right, next one is a pretty easy one. It's pizza versus burgers. Yo, if you know me, like burgers all the way, man. Like pizza, I gotta kind of be in the mood for, but burgers, man, I could smash a burger any time of day. It could be 1 in the morning or like 5 a.m., like early morning breakfast, you know? Like, oh, that's probably why I'm not in great shape. How long on average does it take you to edit a wedding video? So I give it in terms of hours, not really like straight days, because like it could be a month, but it's not a month straight, you know, because things pop up, someone gets sick, or like you need to invest more time in like spending time with the family and stuff like that happens. So, and I do factor in the next day edits, so that those next day edits take about 5 hours total. So it's roughly about 80 hours, like on average. Depends on like, if I'm really feeling it and I find music fast, then 80 hours. But sometimes it could take longer, it just depends. Like, very much finding the right music is the hardest part. Is a one wheel worth it? I would definitely say yes, like absolutely. But that's because like I love snowboarding and I wish I could do it year round, but I can't. Obviously I live in Kansas. There ain't no mountains up in here. But, I mean, if you look at it from a financial point of view, if you snowboard often, say 4 times a year, how much does it cost to go lodging, for food, for the lift tickets, ski rentals if you are renting, like stuff like that? It all adds up, and if you do that 4 times a year, it's a lot of money, you know. Granted, you don't get like the views of the mountain and the vibes, but you could shred like year round if you wanted to. Like right now I'm shredding and it's freaking cold, but hey, it's therapeutic in a way. Oh, my hands. Oh my God. What else do you do outside of weddings? So outside of weddings, like when it's the off season, I like to just create more content, especially like for YouTube. I know I'm not really doing a great job at keeping up with the content, but I definitely just enjoy creating. Like whether it's for me, for my business, for other people, I think just creating in of itself is very like euphoric, because I don't know, you just created it. Like you get a high after creating something that you know, oh, I made that, you know. I don't know, maybe it's just me being a weirdo creative, but I mean, that's how I see it. Oh. I swear I'm gonna get sick from this. When should I start doing video work? Honestly, like, you should start doing video work now. Like, you should have done it yesterday, actually. Just getting started. Like, everyone has a starting point. Like, all those professionals, all those people that I look up to, they all had a starting point. They all, like, had terrible videos the very first time. Like, I have terrible videos. I have work that I'm not proud of, but hey, I learn from every video I shoot, or every film, or every edit I create. I get better after that, you know? So if you don't start, if you don't do anything, you're never gonna get there. Like if it's something you really want. But if you're still dabbling in it and you don't really know what you want, then just create. You'll find what you love to do. And for me, it's weddings. That may change 10 years down the road, but who knows? Like, life's crazy like that. Life changes. You just gotta adapt and be in it for the long run. And at the end of the day, the basis of what I do is create content. You know, I don't have to be limited to just weddings, but I enjoy weddings. You know, I could go into push product videography, and I could push that more, and I could find ways to like just shoot more. But at the moment, my priority is weddings, and I just love every minute of it. Oh, it is so cold, buddy. Who do you look up to outside of wedding filmmakers? So this is gonna be like, you might already get the vibe off of this, but I listen a lot to Gary Vaynerchuk. If you're watching this, Gary, I'm sorry if I just butchered your last name, but who knows if he's watching, that'd be cool. But I just look up to that dude. Like, the stuff he says is just so real, and just like, man, how come like I can't think like that? And I'm a huge advocate in listening to people that you want to strive to be like and surrounding yourself, whether it's through like audio or just like in-person interaction, just always being like indulged in the people you want to become rather than settling for friends or family that don't think the way you do, right? So it's very much like you are like the personality of your 5 closest people that you're next to. So if I could try to be as close as possible or constantly listen to and understand the mindset of people that are successful in whatever they do, and I look up to them as a person, and I want to learn as much as I can from them, then I'm gonna listen to them. I'm gonna take in everything they gotta say because they've made it, I didn't. So obviously I gotta do something different, right? Okay, favorite camera this year. You know, honestly, it's a toss-up. Like, for like professional work, obviously the A7S III. But for like social media or just like behind the scenes, this camera's dope as hell, man. Like all the BTS, like it has hyperlapse, it has like time shift, it has like incredible stabilization. You could time frame. The only down part about this camera, and I will probably do like a full in-depth review about it, is the editing workflow. It's not really integrated well with the editing NLE I use. It just like eats up my computer and just like makes it go on like hyperdrive. But I think they're gonna come out with updates for it to just like help that workflow. But yeah, Sony A7S III, like it has everything I wanted. It even has more than what I wanted. And I'm so glad it came out this year. I finally like was able to use up the money I saved to get that camera, because I've been waiting for that like everyone else for like 5 years. Oh, okay, last one. So why do you shoot weddings? Like, I don't know how to approach this question. Like, there's so many angles I could give you on why I still shoot weddings or why I want to continue shooting weddings. For me, plain and simple, I just love it. Like, truth of the matter is, your wedding film that gets, the wedding film that I create that gets delivered to couples, it outlives family members, you know? Like, I don't know how close you are with your family and all that, but for me, I'm super close to my family. I love them, like, although, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I love my family. Like, plain and simple. But there's so many moments in your wedding day that you don't get to, like, relive, right? You don't get to go back and experience that. You get so caught up with the timeline of the wedding day, and you just like, it's go, go, go. You don't really get to take it in. As much as people tell you to take it in, you never do. And having something that gives you a different angle and go back to your wedding and just like take a time machine back to your wedding day, I think it's just super like crazy cool in my opinion. And again, it outlives family members outlives people in your family, you know? It's gonna live on through generations and generations. Like, I remember when my grandparents passed away, like one of the things that we did was watch a bunch of our aunts and uncles' wedding videos, my grandparents' wedding videos. Like, just going back and seeing that because you miss them, you know? You wanna reminisce in those happy moments. And maybe like, other people don't see family the way I do, but for me, like, family is like one of the most #1 things that I hold value in, and I want to balance with my whole work-life schedule, you know? So one of the filmmakers I look up to a lot, and of the many that are just really good, is John Bunn. And recently his father passed away, and I can't even bear to like take that in or even try to imagine what he's gone through or what he's going through at the moment. But like, he has memories on video, on film, of his dad saying like a toast and all that. And like, when the day that does happen for me and for all my other couples, I know one of the first things that they'll do is go back on their wedding film or their raw footage or whatever it is that they have, and go back and see them and just reminisce, because like those moments, they get forgotten. And it's only forgotten until it's on film. Then you could relive it and reminisce those moments forever. And you could pass it on to your kids and all their kids. But one of the things that he said that really sticks with me, and I will constantly try to push to all my couples that are still on the fence about having a wedding film, whether it's by me or by someone else, like I would definitely consider, or have you consider doing that, because of the fact that whether it's for you or not, and you don't really care too much about capturing it on video, I know that somewhere down the line you're gonna either regret not having that done or be super grateful that you did get it done. And one of the things that he said is a wedding film isn't a luxury but a necessity, and I fully believe that. And it's not just because I'm being super biased, because I am a wedding filmmaker, but it's very much because those moments get forgotten. You know, you never know what could happen. Like, life's crazy in that sense, and having something that you could go back on and relive, in my opinion, is super priceless. And there's like so many times I miss my grandparents, and there's gonna be times where I just like, in the future, well, like when my parents do pass away, and I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but that day is gonna happen. And for all my other couples, that day is gonna happen for their parents as well. And having something on film of just them, I think is just super powerful. And a lot of people don't really realize it until after their wedding day. So, I mean, that is one of the reasons why I choose to shoot weddings, is to just give serve couples through the best way I can by educating them on how important a wedding video is, whether it's by me or by someone else. Like, just get it done, because you're not gonna regret it. I think we're gonna end it there. My hands are cold. We're almost back at the car. Thanks for chilling and cruising with me on this crazy ride, this gloomy, cold, windy ride. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. Like the video if you like it, share if you're into that, consider subscribing if you're not already. Hit that bell notification for all the future content I may have. And don't forget to follow me on all those social medias at Out TubeBuddy, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Ooh. Ooh, getting fancy with the angles. Ooh. 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 Oosh, oosh. Oh, my hand.